This is Castle Unit 3 Activity 2, and we're looking at the different kinds of bulbs. These are the bulbs that we've been using all along. They're called the round bulbs. Here. Hopefully you can see that. There's a difference in the shape of the bulb, and that's how we distinguish between the two. One is called the round bulb because the glass is round. The other one's called the long bulb because the glass is long. And I don't know if you remember this, but from Activity 1, you looked at the filaments of these bulbs under a well, you guys looked at a close-up photo and saw that the filament of the round bulb is a little bit thicker than the long bulb filament, and that the filament of the round bulb is also a little bit shorter in length than the long bulb filament. So this is what our round bulbs look like when they're lit. And this is what our long bulbs look like when they're lit. You can see, I hope, that they're a little bit dimmer. I'm not sure how the camera's going to handle this, but see the round bulbs again. Goodness. Here's our round bulbs. Here's our long bulbs. And what we're going to do now is just go through a whole bunch of different scenarios so that we can find out what is going on, why are these bulbs dimmer, how is that actually changing the circuit. And so the question for the day is, what effect does the type of bulb in the loop have on the charging and the discharging? And so we're just going to go through different combinations of charging and discharging with round bulbs and long bulbs. So here's our capacitor. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reset the capacitor, but now I'm going to charge the capacitor with the round bulbs. And you want to look at how bright the bulbs are initially and how long they stay lit. So here's the round bulbs. Here we go, ready, and go. That was it. And now we're going to take the bulbs out and we're going to connect the long bulbs. So we're going to discharge now. Oops, I'm sorry. We're going to discharge through the round bulbs. Can't read my list there, okay. So here we go again. We're going to look at how long it takes for them to discharge and how bright they are initially. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now we're going to go do the same thing, but this time we're going to charge with the round bulbs. 3, 2, 1. That was it. And then we're going to discharge now with our long bulbs. So let's take our long bulbs in here. Okay, take our long bulbs. And we'll discharge in 3, 2, 1. What? Now what we're going to do is we're going to charge with the long bulb. So again, keep track of the lighting time and the initial brightness. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to skip, since I'm set up already. I'm going to go to the last choice, which is discharge through the long bulbs. So we're going to discharge through the long bulbs. 3, 2, 1. And now one more time, we're going to charge with the long bulbs. Forgot to give you a countdown there, sorry. Hopefully you saw it's about the same as it's ever been. And now we're going to discharge this capacitor with the round bulbs. So we'll switch out the bulbs. So I've charged this capacitor with the long bulbs. And you saw what happened. Now we're going to discharge the capacitor with the round bulbs. 3, 2, 1. And there it is. And now we've got one more thing here. We're going to, we saw in the past that the capacitor actually can store charge or store energy. We're going to look at the charge that's in this capacitor by charging the bulbs charging the capacitor through the round bulbs. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm just going to discharge this capacitor with the Genicon. Let's see, there's a little, so you can kind of see where we're hooked up. Is that lined up there? So we're going to count the number of turns in the Genicon. That's going to tell us something about how much charge is actually moved in the circuit. 3, 2, 1. Well, that was horrid. But you can see it started here and ended there. Use your sig figs and tell me how much of a turn that is. Let's do it again because it says to do it 3 times. So that's once, which is a good thing we're doing 3 times. The first one was kind of lame. So let's charge the capacitor with the round bulbs. 3, 2, 1. And then we'll discharge the capacitor with the Genicon. Line that up. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Do it again. Charge with the round bulbs. 3, 2, 1. And then we will discharge through the Genicon. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's do this one more time. Now that I remember that I put the black on the right side so that the Genicon turns the same direction. You guys aren't freaked out by that. Here we go. Charging. 3, 2, 1. We'll discharge with the Genicon. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got a pretty good idea of what happens with the round bulbs. And now let's use our long bulbs. So, here we go, we're going to charge the capacitor with the long bulbs. 3, 2, 1. Then we'll discharge. Let's see. Take these off here. Discharge this capacitor here. 3, 2, 1. Hey, look at that. And now let's try it again. Charging with the long bulbs. 3, 2, 1. And we'll discharge with the Genicon. 3, 2, 1. And let's do that one more time for trial number 3. Charge with the long bulbs. 3, 2, 1. And discharge with the Genicon. 3, 2, 1. All right, so there's the observations you can make. And again, remember the question we're trying to answer here. What effect does the type of bulb in the loop have on charging and discharging?